Hey, good morning. Friday morning, July 1st, 2022. News for today comes article from The Guardian speaks about 25% of Americans wanting revolution. And rightfully true. I think it's probably even more. I just think people hesitate in speaking about it. But they said that, you know, the distancing between sides, there was like 20% of the Democratic side that wanted it too. Now, I think that 20% is like who I was a couple of years ago. I was a left center Democrat, FDR Democrat, with a right side minded security for our country. But, it speaks of that. And what needs to be conveyed with this, and people want to understand that, I think we're all aware of when someone asks about a poll and we talk or we say something to it, some things we'd probably be embarrassed with, admitting or saying or whatever. We're all human, But in sincerity on that issue of a revolution in America, has to happen, folks. What has raised this issue is that 25% or roughly 60, 70 million people are seeing what is happening with their freedoms. And something that needs to be clarified, it was also mentioned, democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. And if I can quickly explain that to you, no, I'm sure if you get it, great. For people that may not. Now, a democracy is this. Some guy comes in and robs your house. You chase him down and find him. You get him, and, you get the townspeople together and you say, he's got my stuff, it's right there, he robbed my house. He's guilty. I'm going to string him up. Okay? And they say, yeah, and you do that. Okay. Now, and that would be mob rule. Like, it's not following the different states' laws or rules or what we adopt as rules. It's just mob rule. That's democracy. Now, a constitutional republic says, a guy robbed my house. I chased and hunted him down. I got my stuff back. And now I'm going to hang him. The people say, yeah, hang him. The sheriff steps in and says, you're not hanging nobody. You're going to give him a fair trial. He's going to be able to be represented, and we're going to find out exactly what the issue is, and we're going to hear from him. And that, following those laws, because of agreed understanding of how we would deal with things, is a constitutional republic. Okay, so the bottom line of that is this. The reason he needs to be represented and he needs to be heard is, we don't know about you that are chasing him out to get that. We don't know what was entailed in that. We only know what you say. Yeah, he has your stuff, and yeah, kind of he should be strung up. But we need to hear from him, not just you. So when you hear someone say constitutional republic, that's what they mean. Democracy is a crock of shit. You had democracy of people in Russia under Stalin starving 40 million people. They used the people that were hard-pressed to go after the people. What Russia knew was they had to get rid of the middle class in Russia. If you don't have a middle class, then you can get the Hitlers, the Stalins, the Pol Pots, the Castros, all that filth. When you have a constitutional republic, and you have a country with a middle class and everybody has an understanding of things in general, you're better off. But so today, part of the common articulated news is people aren't happy. They're showing a lot of restraint. We know that the country is divided, but with that 25% to the right side of the political spectrum and 20% to the left side, I think we can agree it's more than a third, maybe closer to half, want the change, and we need this change. So that's just one thing for today so far in the morning report. At Common Articulated News, we'll have more on today after I look in to see what the daily issues are and find what I can of an interpretation of it. You guys have a wonderful day today, Friday, the 1st of July, 2020. God bless America. Take care of yourself.